Namaskar, warm greetings from DELNET Developing Library Network, New Delhi, and NIT University, Neemrana, Rajasthan. Distinguished speaker, Dr. Yogendra Palji, the Assistant Professor, Educational Technology at NIT University, Neemrana, and the distinguished speaker of today, Dr. Vinay Kumar Kenthola, the Deputy Librarian, NIT University, the distinguished librarians, library and information science professionals, IT department officials, faculty, researchers, scholars, students, my own colleagues here at DELNET New Delhi, and also its coordination units at Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Sangeeta Kaul, Director DELNET New Delhi, on behalf of DELNET, as well as NIT University Neemrana, extends a very warm, hearty welcome to all of you for joining us today from various parts of India and also many other countries across the globe, including Bangladesh, Canada, Mali, Nigeria, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, UAE, and USA for an enriching session on WordPress, an open source web content management system, which will shortly be delivered by a very distinguished and esteemed speaker, Dr. Yogendra Palji. We are much grateful to each one of you for your very overwhelming response, as we can see that our participants are trying to register for the program, and more than 1,350 participants from all across the country and also many other countries have registered for the session. At the very outset, on behalf of DELNET, we would like to express a very warm, sincere gratitude to NIT University Neemrana, a very esteemed, distinguished member institution of DELNET, in once again collaborating with DELNET in organizing today's webinar session. And this really speaks volumes of our very continued efforts to reach out and to engage in the knowledge sharing sessions. We remain truly, truly grateful. We are also much grateful and truly admire, our distinguished speaker, Dr. Yogendra Palji, the assistant professor. And this is, yes, it's indeed an honor and privilege for us to have him the second time on this platform of the webinar platform of DELNET, wherein he is going to share his vast expertise, on the subject of the WordPress. We welcome you, Dr. Yogendra Pal. It's indeed an honor and pleasure to have you with us on today with us. Thank you so very much indeed. I also would like to express my very sincere appreciation to a very old-time, professional colleague since the year. It's nearly 30 years of association, 26 or 27 years of association with Dr. Vinay Kumar Kenthola, whom I always find a person who is really ready enough, to do and to contribute, to the profession. And thank you so very much for your continued support, Dr. Vinay, and we truly admire and appreciate, your very proactive support that you have been extending to DELNET right from the days, when we were being with the name of Delhi Library Network. So thank you so very much. And indeed, it's because of Dr. Vinay that we have been able to have, once again, been able to rope in Dr. Yogendra Palji, on this collaborative program today. I have immense pleasure firstly in introducing our distinguished speaker, Dr. Yogendra Pal, and PhD from IIT Mumbai, who is an assistant professor in educational technology at NIT University in Neemrana. And each one of us are fully being aware, the kind of contributions that NIT University, the most premier institution in the country, the name even, speaks a lot. And this reminds like 40, 45 years ago, when no one had heard about, the training in the computers in the IT. NIT has, made a remarkable, contributions in that. And a university which has been, established in the beautiful, backdrop of the Aravalli Hills. If many of you must have been to the NIT University, it's a profound privilege that, we are having this program. Dr. Yogendra Palji has 7 years of experience in industry, research, and academia. His teaching and research areas includes, on the use of information and communication technology to impart education, especially to teach computer programming to non-English speaking students. He also has, in fact, been producing videos to teach programming to Hindi speakers on his YouTube channel, Learn by Watch, since 2009. Prior to joining the NIT University, Dr. Paul also worked as a project research scientist in the Computer Science and Engineering Department at IIT Bombay, where he managed the front end of IIT Bombay's MOOCs platform, IIT Bombay X, using Drupal. He also had completed his PhD in 2016 and has launched a YouTube channel, ET Mantra, to provide training and support to the teachers for developing educational content. He began his career as a project engineer in CDAC Mumbai, after completing his master's degree in CS in 2009. He also has a varied experience of working in industry, research, and teaching, along with his expertise in running his own content channels currently being at the NIIT University. Profound privilege in welcoming you once again, Dr. Yogendra, and thank you so very much for sparing your time and also your continued efforts to reach out, to the professionals cutting across the regions, cutting across, the various disciplines, and we really feel very happy and blessed, to have your association with us. Well, before I pass on the baton to Dr. Vinay Kumar Kentola to give an introductory address at today's webinar, we would like to have a very quick survey, among a poll. 4 questions, not many, and which will definitely be, of great, immense relevance to our distinguished speaker, because that would really help us, in understanding, each one of you well, and I think the deliberations would carry more value. So first question, which is getting launched, on the screens, requesting you, please to come forward and kindly identify yourself, whether you are a library professional, you are a computer and an IT professional, you are a faculty or a research scholar. So please kindly help us knowing, because we fairly have around 350 attendees right now at this moment, requesting you to come forward and please kindly give us your candid feedback. 22% of you have voted, requesting you, please come forward and give us your candid feedback. So 25% of you have voted. May I request each one of you, please kindly be proactive enough, because we have 3 more questions that we may like to ask you, and I have to also convey these findings, to our speaker. As I can notice, 31%, please do help. And let me now otherwise stop it over here to convey the findings to our speaker. And this is for you, Dr. Paul, to keep a note. 76% of the attendees are the library professionals, followed by 13% who are the faculty members, followed by 9% who are the research scholars, and 2% are the computer and IT professionals. So the ratio is 76% library professionals, 13% faculty members, 9% research scholars, and 2% are the computer and IT professionals. Let me just quickly move on to the other question, and that is, are you currently using any web content management system in your respective institutions, in your respective libraries? Are you using any web content management system? And when we say this web content management system, this may belong to an open source, this may belong to anything, if even a proprietary. We just want to know how many of you are having a CMS running in your, and definitely, it will be much appreciated, those who are using an open access tools, and as I could see, 32% of you have voted as of now, requesting you to just be a little more faster so that we can start the real deliberations of the day. 38% of you have voted, and let me divulge now the findings. 58% of you have said no, you are not using any content management system. Currently, you are not using. 58%, have opined as no, followed by 42% who have said that yes, you fairly are using some of the content management system. The third question comes, which is a very, very direct question to you. Are you using WordPress? The WordPress, which is the theme, the title on which we are going to deliberate, on which we are engaging in the knowledge engaging session, knowledge sharing session that we are having. Are you using WordPress? Are you a user of a WordPress currently, and then you are trying to figure out the various features you have already deployed, or you may be an early starter, or you may be the one who has established your entire CMS, your entire content that you have captured using this? Please come forward. Thank you very much. I'm finding it, that yes, you are now getting more proactive. 41% of you have voted, and I would just wait a little more, because we would just like to have a very correct kind of a thing. So 45% of you have voted, and this is for you, Dr. Paul, to keep a note of this. 74% of you have said no, you are not using, and this is now 75% to 25%. 48% have voted. 74% is dwindling. The figures are, changing. 74% of you have said that no, you are not using WordPress. Whereas now 28% of you, by speaking to you now, this is 73 to 27%. 73% have said no, you are not using. 27% have said that yes, you are using WordPress. So fairly, it's good to see, and that would really make the discussions more vibrant, as we also have, it's not the first timers only, there are those, who are already using, WordPress, and so we can think about, having very fruitful, more discussions. And herein comes the last question. Do you have your own exclusive library website? Do you have your own exclusive library website? We have deliberately used the word exclusive. It doesn't, we don't want to hint at that you have a kind of an HTML or a, just simply a web page. We are thinking, we are wanting to ask you that have you developed an exclusive website, your own fully deployable website, library website for your institutional library. Please kindly again come forward, and as we could see, 37% of you have voted, and as we could notice, yes, 41% of you have voted, and as I could now can see, 57% of you have gone for the option no. 57% of you have said that no, you don't have an exclusive library website. You being a professional, you being a library professional, but yes, you may have 1 or 2 or 10 pages, hyperlink pages, in your main institutional website, but otherwise you don't have an exclusive library website as such. 56% have said no, and 44% have said yes, you do have, your own exclusive library website. So this is for you, Dr. Paul, to have some of these insights, about what is really happening, what is the state of affairs, which will certainly be, helping you, when you conduct, the session. I'm requesting now Dr. Vinay Kanthola. Dr. Vinay, requesting you to kindly switch on your webcam. And it's a pleasure and honor now in requesting Dr. Vinay Kanthola, the librarian at the NIIT University Neemrana, to kindly start, the today's deliberations by giving an introductory address firstly, and before we asked our main speaker of the program, Dr. Yogendra. It's over to you, Dr. Vinay. Thank you very much once again for all your efforts, which are highly, highly greatly we acknowledge and appreciate that. So it's over to you, Dr. Vinay.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all and very happy with the response which we received for this particular webinar. We are grateful to Dr. Sangeeta Kaul, Director, DELNET, for providing an opportunity to collaborate and share our knowledge with a wide range of people. In order to enable us to coordinate, to share our knowledge with the masses, we would like to thank Professor Parimal Mandke, Chairman, Library Committee, Dean Academics, and Vice President, NIIT University Neemrana. Now, before starting about my experience, I would like to share a few interesting points about Dr. Yogendra Pal, the dynamic professor. He is always ready to help us, and at NIIT University, you just share the problem with him, the solution is available with him. And during the difficult time, pandemic, he was instrumental in the implementation of learning technologies at NIIT University, and the university took advantage of those technologies. And still, he is engaged in many research projects and similar type of activities. So I would like to thank Professor Yogendra Pal for sparing his valuable time from his busy schedule and making himself available for this particular webinar. Now, moving ahead, I would like to share my thoughts about the current scenario, because nowadays, upskilling, upgrading, and updating, these words are trending. Everyone is talking about these words. Why not? They should, and we should talk about, because if we are not enhancing our skills, we are not updating us, so it is very difficult to survive in a world where technology is getting obsolete frequently. So in this direction, DELNET has been playing a significant role. It has been organizing similar type of events, activities. It is keeping us update about the latest trends, contemporary issues, and many more. Therefore, I would like to congratulate Dr. Sangeeta Kaul and his dedicated team at DELNET for this wonderful job. Now, moving ahead, I would like to share my personal experience and learning journey with you. You might be thinking why I'm sharing my personal experience with you, because it has got connection with the web development, upskilling, and upgrading my skills. So I still remember the year. It was 1999, the second last year of World Development Evaluation year. I was working with National Institute of Financial Management, Faridabad. Now it has been renamed as Arun Jaitley Institute of Financial Management. So I started learning HTML, JavaScript, Visual Basic, SQL, and SQL Server 2000. I also developed a website using these tools, and later I joined a group at NIIT that was responsible for development of a library software that is called Vidya. And I also provide the user manual and web user manual for this particular software. And we also installed that particular software in many government and public private organizations, and still that software is working. And I also participated in the making our software Y2K free with the instruction which we received from NIIT that time. Then in 2011, when I joined IMS Engineering College, so I found that the library website is not available, and appropriate information about the library resources is not available at the website. I discussed with the director and I got his permission, and I developed a website for library using front page. So in 2000, in 99, I used front page. I used HTML tags to develop a website, and now in 2011 I use front page, because front page was very popular software and it was easy to use. So later on that website was hosted also. Then in 2014, when I joined NIIT University in Neemrana, where I'm currently working, I developed a page using Moodle, and all information about library was available there, and however the page was accessible to our internal users only. Then in 2015-16, we installed Koha successfully, and we migrated from Lipsys to Koha, and the software is working absolutely fine, and we have updated it many times. Then in 2017, we realized that why we should not use our OPE as a library portal. And what we have done along with my team members, we developed our OPE into a wonderful portal. And all information about our library resources are available. So can I get ma'am access? I would like to show the web page of my library.
Dr. Vinay, I have given you, please kindly accept this. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. So you can see this. So this is our library OPE come web portal. So we are disseminating information about library through this particular website. You can see that if our user, they want to know about library, they can simply click here and they can get all the information about library. Then all the resources are accessible through this particular portal, and on the right hand side you will see that our user can also access all the resources which we are subscribing through the Symbolic. So again, this is also open source software which we got from the InfieldNet. Then NDL and other resources are also accessible through this. Then special libraries. You can see that how beautifully we manage this OPEC, and our user are getting information through this. And recently we have updated whatever we are receiving. So you can see that these are the new arrivals. If we click on the particular image, so it will guide us towards the particular book, and you can see that. So our UN can easily get the information about this. Then you can also see that we are also providing our users the research help. They can access the article request, they can access the e-thesis, and they can access our turn-in software. So all the tools which are available free are also available here. So what we have done, we have integrated all the resources. And I would like to tell you that you can see that we have used the HTML. These are the HTML tags, and we have used the HTML to develop this website. And this website is playing very significant role. Our users are getting all the information, and now in 2024 we are planning to migrate from this to WordPress, and very soon we'll release our CMS website, library website, and we'll also take the help of Professor Yogendra Pal, the dynamic professor. So the purpose of sharing my experience with you is that I want to tell you how technology gets absolute frequently. And second point is that if we are not upgrading ourselves, then we can't survive whatever is our role, whatever is our profession. So with this, I would like to sum up, and I won't come between you and the dynamic professor Yogendra Pal. So over to you, ma'am. Thank you very much, audience.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Dr. Vinay. And you have literally have given, right, the genesis of, this entire web development, and, right from the 1990s to where we stand today. And also, the use of the open source tools, which is really important. We are into the open worlds now. Open mantra is the mantra that the libraries and library and information science professionals have to come forward in embracing that. And it's a profound honor and pleasure now for me to request Dr. Yogendra Palji to really start now, the deliberations on the WordPress, the much awaited that everyone, each one of us are really looking forward to. Once again, thank you so very much, Dr. Pal, and may I now request you to kindly start the deliberations. And I'm just requesting you to share your screen so that you can present your presentation and then can engage in discussions.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, very much, yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, sir. So I must say that, first of all, thank you very much, LIRC and NIIT University, Dr. Vinay Kanthula, to give me this opportunity so that I can connect with DELNET. So connecting with DELNET from almost 1 year, past 1 year, is a really a good opportunity for me. And I am now seeing Dr. Sangeeta call to serving DELNET with so much enthusiasm, with so much energy. So I wish even 50% of that energy is with me. So that will be really nice. So it is really surprising to see you that you are putting so much energy into the events, coordinating, you are arranging it very frequently. And within a year, we are meeting twice, almost on the same topic. Obviously, with the different audience, as we can see, the votes are not too much in the favor of WordPress. So I'm really, really happy that DELNET is providing this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Sangeeta ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Vinay sir. So, and thank you, NIIT, obviously. So with that, now I will just start with the WordPress, and my screen is already shared. So what you are seeing right now is the dashboard of WordPress. So I am just trying to switch to two-screen mode so that I can also see it properly. There was a option to switch to um, two monitors. Okay, now I'm not getting it. Fine, no issue. So I have not made any presentation for this session with the simple reason that I thought that I will keep it as much practical as I can. Okay. So and obviously right now you are new to WordPress. Most of you are new to WordPress. Few people have said that they have used WordPress. That's really good to know. So in order to make it, okay, first of all, WordPress. What is WordPress? Let's learn this, understand this. WordPress is open source content management system, which is also known as CMS. So most of you, as you are librarians, you know that there is a Moodle. Then there are systems which allow you to keep the objects in place, correct? Then there are certain systems which allow you to create web pages. Okay, Koha, most of you have used. So I got an opportunity to work on one of the Koha project, NVLI. I hope most of you know about it. So NVLI, I was fortunate enough to work on that project with with the Ministry of Culture. And if you have seen the front end of NVLI, that is created in Drupal, and Drupal in the back end is communicating with Koha, and Koha entries were being managed by, and in fact now also I believe it's being managed by IGNU. So you can see that how two or three different systems are coming together to look like as one system, correct? So Koha is an open source platform. Then Drupal is an open source CMS. Obviously, Koha is good for one thing, Drupal is good for another thing, correct? And that is very important when you select any CMS, any LMS, any kind of management system. So all CMSs, all LMSs, all kind of management system has a particular purpose. You can't just use one in the place of other, correct? So unless you know that what WordPress is, what it is good for, you will not be able to understand where to use that. So I would now share, in fact my screen is already shared. What I will do now, I will take you to the WordPress website. Okay, and this is first mistake most of the people do when I say let's visit WordPress website. What they do, they go to wordpress.com, and that's a big mistake. Okay, so before I go there, I would like to open one software which is my favorite software, and it allow me to zoom in and zoom out during the presentations. So right now also I will be able to zoom in and zoom out. So this is wordpress.com. Most of the people make this mistake. Okay, so when you go to wordpress.com, what do you see? You see this problem: upgrade. Upgrade means you have to pay. Okay, paying is not a problem. The problem is even after paying, you are limited in many terms. You are not utilizing the open source software properly. Correct? The purpose of any open source software is that you get the source code and you can modify it as per your requirement, which is not the case with wordpress.com. Whenever you see .com, please note it's a commercial entity of the same open source software. It's not only true in case of wordpress.com, but also in case of Moodle. Moodle.net is available, correct? Drupal.com is available. So any open source software has that problem that it also has a commercial entity, and we are habitual of going to .com rather than any other thing. So what's the correct website? We have to remember all the websites which are associated with the open source CMSs, open source LMSs. So correct website is wordpress.org. Okay, so we are at wordpress.org. I can see the audience is now 500 plus, and I thank you all to be here. And I wish that you will be here till the end, and I will be able to deliver something useful, meaningful to you that you will be able to use in your daily life. So now let's see we have this WordPress.org. What is that? This one is open source publishing platform. And what is the purpose of WordPress? It's written here, for websites. Okay, so that means whenever you want to create a website, you can use WordPress. That's the thing. Now, many of you may ask that Koha is also a website. Koha also create a web page interface. No? So it's a website. Moodle also creates the same. So can I use WordPress instead of Koha? Or can I use WordPress instead of Moodle? The simple answer is no. And that's why I was telling you about the Koha, Drupal, Moodle, all other things. The thing is that all open source softwares are built with a purpose in mind. And they fulfill that particular purpose fully. So WordPress is built with the purpose of making website development easy. Few minutes back, Dr. Vinay Kanthula was showing us some of the HTML tags. I guarantee that when you are using WordPress, you don't have to use even a single tag in your WordPress website, and you will not compromise with the look and feel. The greatest designer, the UI UX, the designer can create. You can replicate the same design without having a technical degree with the help of WordPress. So that's the power of WordPress. You don't need to know single line of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or whatever language are there. So that was the purpose of WordPress. So WordPress is the only CMS that allow us to make websites? Obviously no. There are many. Okay. So one which is my favorite, and I have worked on it for a very, very long time, is Drupal. And again, as I am telling you, that you need to make a habit of remembering the domain name of the open source softwares. Otherwise, you will land to the wrong website and it may cost you a little. So Drupal.org is also to make website. It's written here. See, somewhere it should be written here. Okay, about Drupal 11. Let's see. So it's written here. Build the best of the web. Okay, it's created for the website creation. So when Drupal is here and WordPress is also here, why I am not conducting a session on Drupal when I am saying that NVLI website is built on Drupal? Okay, so why I am saying, in fact, I would say one more, which is my favorite also, Grab, G-R-A-B, Grab, getgrab.org. This is also a very good CMS, and it is built for websites, but it has another purpose. It says that it makes faster websites. Nice. So now the question is, when Grab is here, Drupal is here, WordPress is here, then why I am saying that let's learn WordPress rather than Grab and Drupal? There must be some reason why I am saying all of this. So the reason is very simple. Drupal is built for a different purpose. It makes website, but it doesn't make it easy to create website. Okay, it says that if you know how websites are built, or if you know how software's logics are created, then you can use Drupal to create entities, relations between them, and finally view. Basically, it's a computer science terminology which is being used in Drupal, and that is why Drupal is difficult. Okay, it's not useless, it's very, very useful. It is being used in many websites. Okay, but it is difficult to use. Obviously, when it is difficult to use, the different types of websites should be built with Drupal. So when you need a complex structure, complex relationships, then you are going with Drupal. Why Grab is built? Grab is saying that I build faster website. WordPress is not saying it. WordPress is simply saying that I make websites. So that is the exactly reason. Grab is very fast. You will notice the difference when you start working with Grab. So then why I'm not saying that let's learn Grab? Don't I want to make fast websites? Yes, I want to make, but the thing is that Grab is fast because it does not use database. It uses flat file database. That means whatever you are creating, in the background, a file is being saved. There is nothing known as database in Grab. And that is why Grab is fast. But when files are being used, it's very difficult to create logics. And that is why I am not going with Grab. Okay. Although I use Grab, please note, because I have different purposes where I use Grab as well. Now let's come back to WordPress, because now I believe I am able to make the point that for a particular use case, you need to think logically that what is the correct solution, what is the correct CMS for this. So WordPress is going to be one of the CMS that you will select for some particular kind of problems, not for all problems. Now, there is another reason why I'm saying WordPress. There are uncountable websites on internet. We all agree to that, correct? You can't even count how many websites are there. Even when we are talking from the last 15-20 minutes, I believe more than 1,000 websites are created within that period. So can you believe that there are so many CMSs, so many frameworks, correct? You all know that websites are also built with coding. And for coding, there are so many frameworks. If we talk only about one combination, PHP MySQL combination, then also there are three very popular frameworks: Laravel, Symfony, and CodeIgniter. So all three of these frameworks are available only in PHP. In Django, in Python, there are some frameworks that allow you to create websites. Similarly, for Java, there are some frameworks which allow you to create websites. Then there is React. Then there is something else. So thousands of, not thousands, but let's say tens of frameworks and hundreds of CMSs. These are being used globally by people to make websites. So even if there is so much competition, 36% of the total websites are built on WordPress. That is the power of WordPress. Like in library management, there is Koha, and there are some proprietary softwares, and there may be some competitor to open source, Koha competitor in open source world as well. But all of you agrees that 80% libraries in the world uses Koha, correct? So that is, you can see that if you know Koha, suddenly your demand will increase. You will be able to help many people. You will be able to work anywhere in the world, correct? Similarly, if you know WordPress, because 36% websites are built with WordPress, suddenly your demand will increase, your usefulness will increase, you will be able to work anywhere in the world, correct? And that is why I say learn WordPress. There's one more reason to learn WordPress. WordPress is the easiest out of any CMSs available out there. It's easier than Drupal, it's easier than Grab, it's easier than MediaWiki. I believe you know that Wikipedia is also built on one of such CMS, which is known as MediaWiki, correct? It's easier than Koha, it's easier than Moodle, it's easier than any open source software or any proprietary software that you can think of. And that is why learning is easy. 36% websites is a huge number. So we have understand why WordPress. We understand there is a certain use cases on where you can use WordPress. It's not like you can use it anywhere. Okay, now let's see the power of WordPress. So WordPress is so much powerful because of its object oriented nature. That means it can be extended. It's not complete in itself. It's a very small amount of code which is given to you, and you can do some basic work. But obviously we want to extend it. We want to add some functionality. We want to give a good look and feel. And that is where the extent of any CMS becomes very, very useful. So you can extend WordPress. How you can extend WordPress? With these things. Themes are to create a good look and feel. Plugins are to create a new functionality, add a new functionality. Patterns are to create beautiful pages without designing, without writing a single line. Blocks are for the same purpose as pattern is. Open verse is created by WordPress so that you can use media for your website from this open verse, that you can use the images without worrying about copyright. So that is why WordPress has become so much powerful. Let's just try to see the powerfulness in WordPress. So if I go to extend and if I go to theme, the more number of theme means the more possibility for you to change the look and feel. Okay, so how many themes are there in WordPress? 12,000 free themes. Can you imagine? There are 12,000 ways to create a good look and feel for your website. By default, you are not writing anything, simply using one theme, putting it on website and done. That is the power. But this is just look and feel. What about the functionality? What if I want to, let us say, make the communication possible between Koha and WordPress? That's the functionality that you need. Where will you get it? You will get it in plugins. So let's go to plugins now. So let's go to plugins and let's see what is there. In plugins, you will see that their total number of 59,000 free plugins are available. Please note that there is free written here. That means these are just free ones. There are paid plugins available too. Do I still need to talk about the powerfulness of the WordPress? I believe no. So it can be used for almost everything that you want. Okay. And that is the power of WordPress. So am I using it? The question is this: am I using it? Yes, I am using it. Where I am using it? So I am using it for my personal profile. Okay, it's available on dryogendrapal.superprof.link. Okay, this is my profile URL, dryogendrapal.superprof.link. Okay, I will tell you why it is like this. Am I a super prof? Obviously no. But why I have selected this? What's the purpose of this? Let me just explain that. But before that, I would like to tell you that how my website looks right now. So this is my website, and it is publicly available. You can just write about it, and you will be able to reach here. Okay, you can see this right up. So I don't know whether the comment section is available or not, but if it is available, I would like to know whether you like this website or not. Okay, if not available, that's okay, perfectly fine, not issue. If available, you can write. So this is my website. Okay, I asked in a previous semester from my students whether they like this website or not, and they said no sir, we don't like it, and I understand why. Okay, so obviously they don't like it, perfectly fine. So this is my website, and you can create similar kind of profile for your website as well. So what is there? Let me just make it easy for you. So here what I do, I run a webinar on no code on daily basis. Every day it is running, every 15 days it is running, every 15 minutes it is running. It's a automated webinar. So anyone who want to learn about no code, what is no code, how does it work, just click on this, register for the webinar, and that's all. So it's available here right now on my website. Someone will simply click on this they will reach here. Next webinar is starting in how many minutes? 1 day, 2 hours. That means tomorrow it's starting again. So one can reserve their seat by filling this form, and they can then join this webinar. This is automated webinar running almost every day, many times every day. So it is a useful thing for me because I want to talk about WordPress, I want to talk about no code, I want to talk about AppScript, I want to talk about many things. So for that, unless organization like DELNET contact me and give me an opportunity to talk to you, I cannot talk to you, isn't it? So what I have done, I have run this kind of automated webinars. People can just sign up for that anytime, and they can join those webinars. So that is one thing which is available by default on my WordPress website. Then obviously my photo is available, my profile, my contact information is available, my career outline is available, the academic courses that I have conducted, my research interest, anything. Means it's up to you, what do you want to put here. My PhD thesis is available here. Okay, so thesis, their slides, my research publications are available, then my blogs, then all the certificates that I received, these all are available on my website. And finally, the softwares that I like. So this is Zoomit. You know, I have just switch it on in front of you, correct? So things are available here. So I have made my website like this with the help of WordPress. So you can go to any of my blog from here and you can read there. You can put a comment on it. See, from here you can write the comment, and that is how this thing works. So a simple website you can create. I have created many things. So what is a website? Website is nothing but collection of web pages. We all know about it. And here what you are seeing, this is collection of web pages, nothing else. So this is first page. Okay, intentionally I have not put any menu. You would like to put a menu, like in websites there are menu, home menu, about us, contact us. I don't want any of that, so that is why it's not there. But I would like to show you one magic as well, right? Okay, I hope you all are attentive. So 511 people are there. I wish you are attentive, because now I'm going to show you something which is not available usually in the websites. So this is how you see my website when you open it on desktop. But when you open the same website, the same URL on mobile, this is not how it looks. This is how it looks. I'll show you just a minute. I am giving it like here, and you see. Can you see now? This is how it looks on mobile. See? And after that, all of the content that begins. And now you can see this is automatically adjusting to the size of the device. It's not cutting any text. And that is the usefulness of WordPress. And for that, I have to do nothing. I did nothing. See, this is on mobile and this is on desktop. These things you can do too. Okay. With the software, you can create websites for your personal use, for your library, for a particular project that you are running, or for the entire institute. If you don't believe me, I would like to show you NIIT University's website. It's niituniversity.in, and this website is built on WordPress, and you can open it at your place as well. See, everything is there. There is a video. There are many videos by professors. There are some spotlights. It's up to you however you want to make your website. There is this gallery as well in the front page itself. Correct? So this is, so from easy to complex websites can be created in WordPress. Now let's see how to create, and it's very easy. So you have to be on the dashboard of your, okay, before I continue, I would like to talk about why this domain name, superprof.link. Okay, so software wordpress.org is free, like Koha is free. But in order to run Koha, you need two things. One, you need hosting, and second, you need domain. Without that, you cannot run Koha. Correct. Similarly, WordPress is a website software available to you. But how will you use it? In order to use it, you need two things. First, you need a hosting, then you need a domain name. So hosting itself costs for a personal website somewhere around 4,000 rupees a year, and domain name costs somewhere around 1,000 rupees a year. Correct. So I was looking for the solutions, how I can save my money, and superprof.link, this particular website said that this website superprof.link, it said that you do not need to worry about hosting, or you do not need to worry about domain management. What we will do, we will provide you subdomain. That means your name will be before superprof.link. So this is a subdomain and it is freely available to me. And for the hosting, they are charging comparatively less, somewhere around 1,500 rupees a year. So it was a good deal, so I purchased it. So whenever you will see in your network also, somewhere you will find superprof.link, somebody will be using WordPress.com, somebody will be using superprof.com, somebody will be using something. So those, why? Because it saves money for personal website. Correct? So if you wish, you can also go to superprof.link and you can make this kind of thing. Now, whenever you want to create a website with WordPress, you have to install it. I'm not going to cover installation part here. If you know how to install Koha, WordPress is much simpler to install. You need a database, you need WordPress. Otherwise, you are purchasing WordPress hosting from any of these like companies like superprof.link or WordPress.com. You do not need to worry about installation. You will simply get one thing that is known as dashboard of WordPress, from where you can manage your website. So when you want to manage your website, what you need to do when you log in is basically you go to the web page, your website, basically this is, then you will notice your name. From your website name, you will be able to go to dashboard. That is how you manage your website. It's that easy. So I'll show you what I will do. I will go to dashboard from here. Please note you have to log in before you reach dashboard. Correct? And login will be provided by any of the hosting company, or if you are hosting WordPress on your own, you will get the username password. Basically, you will set the username password. Correct? So let's now talk about what to do on dashboard. Okay. As I told you earlier, a website is nothing but collection of web pages. Correct? From where you will get the web pages.
Sorry for the intrusion.
Where exactly from the dashboard? If you look at the dashboard, you will find a simple tab, pages. Okay. From here, you can create, you can delete, you can edit, you can whatever you want to do with the pages, you can do. So let's go to pages by clicking on this. When I click on it, I go to a page where all the list of pages are available. For example, about me, achieve your goal, bilingual education, blog. All the pages which are available on my website are available here. So rather than going to any of it, let's see this. So I am clicking on view and this is how it looks. Okay. I can create a new page. So let's click on add new page. I'm creating one page right in front of you. Let's create a new page by simply clicking on button add new page. And this is how you will get the look and miss. From here you can create a web page. So if I want to add a new page on my website, for example, I want to create a web page with the name DELNET. Okay, this is what I want to create. So okay, so I need to write it in the way DELNET writes it. Okay, so this is how I am writing it. So what is that? That's the title of the page. So title is given, and if I want to give content, I can write the content here. Okay, but I am not writing right now. What I am doing, I am just going to publish this page by clicking on this button. It's that easy. Just click on publish and click on publish. That's all done. You have created one page right now. How you can check it? By clicking on this view page link, or by simply clicking on this view page button. So I'll click on this view page button and it will show me this page. So this page has this DELNET written. That's what I wrote.
Dr. Pal, Dr.
What
Pal,
if you
can you
want
hear
to
me?
edit this page? Why do you want to edit? Maybe you want to change the title, maybe you want to add content, maybe you want to edit content, maybe you want to delete this page. There can be many purposes for this editing a page. How to edit? Simply reach to the page and then on top bar, if you are logged in or with your admin account, you will see this edit page option. Let's click on edit page. Okay, you can also go to that page via dashboard. How? Just go to the dashboard of the website, go to all pages, and now you will see your page on top. Page somewhere, not on top. So I will just search with the name DELNET and it will show me because it's the same website. See, here it is. I can edit it from this as well. Okay. So let's go to edit page. Now I want to write content. Collection of web pages, fine, but pages should have written something. No? Can't be blank. So what WordPress did? WordPress has created a really nice editor for you, which is very, very different than any editor that you might have seen in Koha, in Moodle, in any other systems. What is that? That is known as block editor. That means you will create blocks rather than writing something directly, then trying to fit it as per image, as per video, as per other medias. No, you don't have to worry about any of these things. What do? You will simply go to this. You can see type / to choose a block. That is a block editor. Okay, so I will type /, but not necessarily I type /. If I move to the extreme right, I can see there is a plus icon as well that allow me to add a block as well. So by clicking on this also I can add block. Just in case you are not able to see where is that, it's here. See, on the same line it's written here plus, or I can simply type /. So right now I'm going to show you how to do it with /. So I type /. When I type /, what happens? All the blocks which are available on this website are available in front of me. Okay, so I will now select any particular thing that I want to embed on my website. For example, I want to have a paragraph. So if I want to have a paragraph, then I do not need to type /. Paragraph is by default available. So I can just start typing anything. So this is one paragraph that I want to write on my web page. Okay, and that's all done. This is how I have written one paragraph. So you wrote one block. And what's the type of block? Paragraph. Let's press enter. The moment you press enter, you are out of one block and it's again asking you to create another block by pressing /. Okay. Now I am creating a heading. Okay. Now I am giving it a heading. Let us say now I am giving a heading LIRC NIIT University. This is my heading. You saw what I did. I selected heading. I started typing. I do not need to worry about changing the font size that you usually do in VisiBig editor. What is VisiBig editor? What you see is what you get. VisiBig editors, which are available in Moodle, in Koha, in any other systems. WordPress has a different approach. Blocks. So I wrote a heading, then I press. Okay, let's say what about if I want to make this heading small? Nothing. You again do not need to worry about changing the font size at all. This is H2. The moment I bring my mouse to a particular block, it shows its properties. So if I bring it to here, it shows this. If I bring it to here, it shows this. Correct. You see different properties are there. There is no H2 written, while here H2 is written. So I'll say, okay, I want to make it H3. How easy is that? Let's press enter again. What about if I want to add something complex, for example, an image? Again, it's very easy. Simply type /, type image. You will get some blocks which are related with images. So image, gallery, media and text, site logo, featured image, cover, Flickr. These are the possibilities if I want to add just an image. These are the possible blocks. So I am selecting a simple image, and then it's giving me one option to upload image. You see, nothing complex. Where to click for image? Okay, nothing. Just upload. It will now ask me to upload one image. So I am uploading one image. Let us say I'm uploading this image. Open it. Done. It's available here. Again, if you notice the properties, now it's different than this. So if I go to image, I can do a lot of things. For example, I may want to align it differently, wide width, or maybe full width. Okay, nothing is happening because image is actually full. What if I want to crop it? I'll select this crop, and then I will choose the corners to crop this image. There must be an option to crop this image, yeah, like this. So I can crop it like this. Apply the cropping. Now the image is bigger. See? So this is how you can do the activities here, and not only limited to these operations, but block has different properties here as well. See, right now image block is selected. That is why image is written here. Its settings are available. What is the resolution? I am saying full size resolution. So now it will be full size. Do I want to make it responsive? Yes. So all these options are available. Obviously, I'm not right now. I'm not going to work on any of these. I'm just showing you these things, that how you can create blocks. Once this is done, I will come out, enter at the end, and again I will be able to select another block. So let's say I want to select a video this time. So for video also it is giving you many options. So I am selecting a YouTube video. It's giving me just press the YouTube URL here. That's all, nothing else. So I am going to youtube.niit and I will select any video from here. Select any video and you copy this URL, come back to your page, paste the URL here, click on embed, done. Video is embedded. See, again, if you want to do some arrangement, you can do it from here. You want to add a caption? So this is a review of NIIT University, and that is how I can write all this. That is how you create web page. Obviously, I have not seen you the web page. Let's save it. When you make any changes, click on save, and then you can check that page simply by clicking on this view page or by going to this. See, a image, a video, caption of the video, everything is available. And it is available, it's looking like this on desktop, but the moment I show you mobile version, you see, everything is automatically adjusted. See, you can check right now on your website, on your smartphones or anywhere else. And if you think that there are only 5-6 blocks, you are sadly wrong. There are a good amount of blocks available for you. And you can simply click on this plus icon to check all the blocks. Let's click on this plus icon. It will show you all the possible blocks. Only for text, there are so many blocks available. You see, all of these are for text. Then comes media. For media, image, gallery, audio, cover, file, media, video. For design also, like buttons are available. So you want to add a button. Do you need to learn coding? Obviously no. Just drag and drop button anywhere. Okay. Then write the text for button. Okay. So I'm writing click here to know more. And then I can link it to website of DELNET. So I have to check the DELNET's URL. Let's see. It's delnet.in. So I'll write delnet.in and done. Just press enter. Save this. And let's see what's the output. See, I can click on this and it will take me to DELNET. Did I write any kind of code? No. Correct. And I'm talking about default block editor. What about if I talk about the editor that I use? I don't use default block editor. I use something more advanced that give me more flexibility, more power. And what is that? That is known as Elementor. How do I know about it? It's very easy. How do I know about it? I know about it by going to extend, going to plugins, okay, and looking for the popular plugins. This is all. I want to select only the popular plugins. These are popular plugins. In popular plugins, the first one is Elementor website. You see, the most popular plugin of WordPress is Elementor. Plugin means extending the functionality. And I have it by default with superprop.link. So what I do now, I will edit this page with Elementor rather than the default block editor. Element is also a block editor. Let's go to edit page. And now I will not edit this page with block editor. I will edit this page with much more flexibility, with much more sophisticated block editor, which is known as Elementor. How do I reach there? It's very easy. If you have Elementor installed on your website, you will get this button on top of every page. So I'll just click on edit with Elementor, and that is all. It will now load Elementor so that I can edit the page content with the help of that. Yes, here it is. So this is Elementor. In block editor, when I was clicking on plus icon, the blocks were available. Here, by default, blocks are available. These are the blocks available. A long list is available of blocks that you can use in your website. Let's redesign the same thing. So this time, I will not deal with just by clicking on blocks. I have much more control. For example, I don't want this sidebar. Okay, what will I do? I will go to settings. I will say that I want full width. See what is written here? Full width. So I'll select full width and done. Sidebar is gone. Sidebar is no longer there. And it's not there in the final page. I'll just update this. And after updating, I will check this. How do I check it? It's available on my website /DELNET. See, this time you will see a page without sidebar. Immediately I get power. Correct? Now let's redesign this whole thing with Elementor. How to do that? In Elementor, you will get this option. That means you can add a new block. You can create your own blocks. So I want to create a new block for me. And when I say that, it says, what type of block do you want to create? What will be the design of that? Okay, so what do I want? I want a heading, a text, and a button for DELNET. So I will say that I need all of that only on one thing. Or maybe I would like to have one image as well. So if I want an image, I will select either this or this. So let me select this one. So the moment I selected it, what you can see? You can see that I have one section, okay, with two blocks. See, you can see this diversion here. So this is plus icon, this is plus icon. In default block editor, I can see only one block to place one after another. Here I can see I can place two blocks side by side. So what I will do, first of all, I will bring it on top. Okay. Then I will add a text block, sorry, a heading block here. So I want a heading with the name DELNET, then a paragraph, then a button. So obviously what I can do, I can bring a heading. Okay, then I can bring, I'm not changing anything right now, and then I can bring text editor here, then I can bring a button. See, things are self-explanatory, that is why I'm not changing anything. So I get all of this looking nice, isn't it? So let me just save it, and when I save it, I will refresh this. What do you see? You see immediately heading, this button with appropriate gap. Very important. See here, the gap is not appropriate. Here after button, you can see there is a good amount of gap. Automatically, a lot of things are being taken care of. I have not to worry about all those things. Okay, let's now change it. How easy it is to change? Very simple. Click on this. You will see the content here. Delete everything. Write your content. Okay, then I would like to write my text here. So I will write, this is one paragraph. I'm just writing one paragraph here like this. And finally, I'll click on this button and I will say that no more. And then I will take it to DELNET.in. Done. Finally, I will say that open it in new window. And that is how I created one simple block. Designed it. Looking better than this now. Let's click on no more. Wow, I reach here. Now, for this part, I want an image. So let me download this image. So I'll download this image. Okay. Now I will come back to this, and here I want to place what? An image. So I'll click on this plus icon. I will search for image. I got an image. I'll bring it here. Then I will choose an image. I'll upload it from my downloaded list. And I will download it from here. Here it is. Okay, I got it. Select. See, that is how I got it. Obviously, this image is not a square. Okay, but what I can do, I can go to style and I can bring the changes to this entire thing. I can say vertical alignment to middle. I can do some stuff, correct? So let's see if it is looking nice now. Yeah. Except one thing, I want to bring this image here so that it looks nice. So what I will do, I will just drag and drop this column to this side. See, how easy is it? I am not writing anything, but I am able to do anything. What you say, how you want your page to look, update it, and that is all. Let's refresh this page. You will see the image has gone to the other side. So now you see how many blocks I have used. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I will use it only when I am new to element. If I am not new, do you know what will I do? I'll click on this plus icon. I will add a new widget. I will say I want only one thing. Okay, so I have only one row. Then I am going here and I am saying I want to place an image box. Okay, so image box has everything. Image box has an image, so I will choose an image from the existing media library, which is this. I will write the heading DELNET. I will change this paragraph. Obviously, you can change it now on your own, but I am making it a little bigger. And then finally, I can take a URL as well, saying delnet.in, and I want to open it in new window. I have done all of that. More than that, I'll go to style. I'll say that I want to keep my image to the left. Okay, and I can further go to images and I can say make the width little bit more, and anything else you want to change here you can do. For example, title color. I want to change the title color to DELNET's title, which is orange. So I will make it orange by simply dragging this here, selecting the orange color from here. A little bit darker. Sorry, a little darker on this side. Yes. Done. But then let me say that I have a beautiful shadow. Okay, so I can have a shadow as well. It's here. See, can't I have shadow? Yes, I can. I can add shadow to any text that you provide to me, like this. See, so without writing any single line of code, with WordPress combined with Elementor, I am able to create web pages. I am able to change the look and feel. I am able to create whatever I want. So I have not yet shown you everything which is available here. That is why I have used this. Maybe there is something else. For example, there may be an info box as well. See, info box is available. Info box says, okay, you select a preset. Okay, I'm selecting a preset. Let's say I want to have this. This is looking fine. Then it says, what do you want to use? You want to use an image or icon? I say, I don't want to use an icon. I want to use an image. So I will go to image. It must be somewhere here. I have to change background or whatever. When things, okay, so image type is image. I am now selecting an image. Okay, so same thing with the help of multiple possibilities. It's saying, but what width do you want to have? Say, okay, this is good enough for me. Do you want to have an hover animation as well? Yes. So when I go to that, it do like this. Perfect. Then I go to the content, which is this. I now write the title, which is this title. I am saying DELNET. Then the obviously text is available by default, but I am adding little more. And finally, I am going to the call to action, which is a text here. And I'm saying it, I want a button and I want to make it no more button, which will take me to https://delnet.in. And I want to open it, a new tab, update. Now you see for same thing. So this is created using one element. This is created using one element, but we don't have button here. And this is created using 1, 2, 3 and a button in the bottom, 4 elements. Same thing, correct? You can further go ahead. You can say, okay, in this, what I want to do, I want to have a separator. So that means what I am doing right now, I am moving it on the different row. And for this row, I want to have a separator, which is here, shape divider. And I am saying I want to have drops or maybe a book, which is a correct symbol for DELNET. And I want to have that in the bottom, not on the top. Just a minute. On the bottom, I want to have a book. And that book will be colored as, let us say, the same color that DELNET uses, which is going to be orange, nearby orange, because we have orange button. That's why I'm not using orange here. And if you want to change width, you can change width. If you want to change height, you can change height as well, like this. So a book like icon is available. Similarly, there is a split, then there is arrow. Something is wrong. Okay, yeah, it's changing now. So mountains, you want to use mountains, it's up to you. Drops, so it's up to you, what do you want to have? Okay, pyramids, triangle asymmetrical. So a lot of this is looking nice. So a lot of possibilities are there for you to work on. And obviously I'm not able to cover all of this, but you get the hang of it. And that was the idea, that you can now experiment with whatever is available here. I would like to show you a few things. For example, you have Google Map available, you have a video available that you can use, you have gallery plugin available, you have pricing table, flipbox. A lot of things are available that you can put on this web page and create a beautiful page as per your requirement. So I think we are within time now. I have almost covered everything. I would like to just take you back to the dashboard. And here, if you have seen, we have worked only with pages, correct? There is another thing which is post, and it works the same way. You can create a post, you can use Elementor. Post is for creating blogs. So if you have seen my blog, it is written with the blog posts. If you are seeing the pages like About Us page, DELNET page, NIIT University page, my thesis work, my research work, those are created with the pages. The method is same. Okay, so the only thing is that it is known as post, one is known as pages. That's the only thing that you need to know about WordPress to start with. Now, when you start, you will be able to work on it properly. Okay, so I just suggest you to start with the WordPress, get the hosting, get the domain name. If your college is able to provide you, that is really, really nice. Get the account and start creating one website. You will love it, and within a week you will feel like that you can create whatever you want. Okay, so that was just the basics of WordPress. WordPress can be very, very powerful as well. It depends on what plugin you are using and what is the use case that you are going to solve. With that, I stop my session here. Now floor is open for the questions. I'll take the questions and then we will continue. Thank you very much.
Sure. Dr. Paul, thank you very much. Very, very exhaustive presentation that you have made on WordPress.
You are
And
not audible, ma'am. Audible, sorry.
okay, perfect. So just wanting to request you, because I could see in the chat box couple of, queries, can you just revisit once again? This is just to make because as we could see, 60% of our colleagues here, they don't have a website and they definitely would like to explore WordPress, as an opportunity for them to build up. Can you just revisit once again the WordPress.org site? And this is to tell them that how they're going to start off the things. Means how really, the web hosting and other things comes like, that they need to have a domain. If you can give, a kind of a stepwise 4 or 5 till the time they get into the main, the dashboard and all that. If you can tell them step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and all set then, to do the things that we would appreciate if we can revisit. It's like revising, what we have learned today. So could you please kindly, Dr. Paul, can help us out once again?
Sure. So you will be here. See, the best way to start with WordPress is simply go with a website like superprof.link. The reason is very simple. You get hosting, you get subdomain. So you don't have to worry about even installing the WordPress. Okay. Otherwise, how it works? Okay. You are on WordPress.org. What will you do? You will click on Get WordPress. Let me just click on it. Then you will get this WordPress, the latest version of WordPress. So download it. Click on this. Okay. So it will download. It's downloading on it's downloaded on my PC. It's very small file. Okay. Now it is written here that you need PHP and MySQL. Okay, or MariaDB. One is database, one is programming language. This is database, this is programming language. Okay, you need this. Then you can go to installation guide. Okay, now you have to have a hosting. Without hosting, you can't start. Okay, so now what you can do, you have to do. I have got this file. I'll show you. I've got this file. I'll show you in the folder, and I'll show you within the files as well. So if I go within this file, what I see all the files which creates your website. Okay, so you have to follow the installation guide which is available on WordPress.org. You have to basically put this folder on your host. Then you have to create a database, and then finally you have to give the information to WordPress, and it will connect with the database and it will install that automatically. Once installed, it will ask you to set a password as well. Okay, during the installation process. So when you have installed it, this is what you will see. You will see a blank website. Here you are seeing one page, but you will see a blank page here. Okay, or default WordPress page. And let us say this is your domain name. It can be anything. So this is your domain. Then how to log into WordPress to go to the dashboard. So for that, you will type /wp means WordPress -admin. That means you want to reach to the admin page of the WordPress from your domain name. This is your domain name / wp-admin. So when you enter, you will get what? You will get this username and password. And this will be what that you have provided. So I have provided this, and then I know what is my password. And you will know because you will be the one who will be providing. If you are making the website, if you are making the WordPress website from websites like superprop.link, then you will get the username password from them. Otherwise, it's like this. So I click on login and I went to the dashboard. Now it's very simple. Just go to page, create your first page, and done. That page will be visible on your website. You can alternatively set a different page for your website by going to settings, going to reading. So by going to settings, going to reading, I can select a different page for my home page. Right now it's Dr. Yogendra Pal. I can change it to DELNET. So if I save it, if someone opens my website, this page will be available there. That's the whole thing that you need to know in order to start with WordPress. There are hundreds of tutorials available on internet. Some of them are created by me as well. You can look at those. And then you start your website development journey. So I hope, ma'am, this is sufficient.
This is perfectly fine, Dr. Paul. Thank you very much once again. And now, with your permission, we would like to make the floor open for questions. We have fairly around 500 of our colleagues here today, and we just request you, please kindly come forward. You would definitely be having many of the questions, and if you may like to post those questions directly, so either you can post it in the chat box, or you're most welcome. We will be happy to get you connected. And right now, I'm lowering the hands of everyone. I could see that this is just to ensure that not by an oversight that you have raised your digital hand and you are genuinely wanting to ask a question, because in online we do encounter the situations wherein you just want to check the functionality and then you have raised it. So just to ensure we make a best use of the time. So now is the time for you. If you have any questions that you may like to ask to a distinguished speaker, please raise your digital hand and we'll be very happy to get you connected. So your time starts now, and please kindly come forward. I'm moving from A to Z to see who may like to ask any questions. And as I could see, we have Mr. Mangal Manoj Kadam who may like to ask a question. This is for you, Mr. Mangal Manoj Kadam. Could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Mangal Manoj Kadam, you have raised your digital hand. Could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Kadam, could you please unmute yourself? No, I'm sorry, you're not able to do that. We have Vrinda Patel who may like to ask a question. Vrinda Patel, Vrinda, I have unmuted you. Please unmute yourself, Vrinda. This is for you, Vrinda Patel. I have unmuted you. Please unmute yourself. Vrinda Patel. This is for Dr. Kumaraswamy Reddy. Dr. Kumaraswamy Reddy. Yes, we are connected, Dr. Reddy.
Madam, namaste. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir, this is Kumaraswamy Reddy from Tirupati, AP.
Hello, sir.
Sir, I am using a Drupal software.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to convert to Drupal to WordPress?
Sir, there is no direct method, sir. You have to do it manually. May I know how many nodes are there in your Drupal website?
3.
Only 3. 3 node.
Yes.
So then it's not a big deal, sir.
32 node.
Sorry, sir.
32. 52, I think.
52. Even if there are 100, means the method is same. There is no direct way. First, you have to create your website in WordPress, select correct theme, and then finally you can export Drupal's data in CSV format, in title and content format. If it is normal, usually Drupal has a complex structure. But if you will be able to export your files, then WordPress has a method to import CSV files as posts or pages. That you can do.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
madam.
very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Reddy. Thank you. We have Mr. Akshay Patil, who may like to ask a question. This is for you, Akshay Patil. Akshay, please unmute yourself. Yes, we are connected, Akshay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I just wanted to ask whether there is any alternative to superprof.link, because it just gives 1 GB of hosting only. That is a limitation. So can sir give some other alternatives as well?
Yes, sir. There are many alternatives. You can go to hostinger.in. You can go to bigdaddy.in, bigrock.in, godaddy.in. There are many alternatives, sir. Okay, if you
Sir, a
just
bit
search
cheaper, like similar to.
sorry, sir.
I just wanted a similar pricing, and
No,
2,500 that you had given.
sir, obviously it's a trade-off. Means either you get more space or you get more functionality. So
Okay.
obviously pricing is somewhere around 5,000 to host a WordPress or even Drupal, whatever website you want to host. Domain name and hosting you have to purchase, which is somewhere around 5,000 rupees. Anybody who is giving you at a lesser cost, obviously they will take away something.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Akshay. Thank you. We have Pavitra Pavi. Pavitra, I'm sorry, there is no audio. I cannot give you a connect. And this is now for Sakti Vale D. Sakti Vale, could you please unmute yourself? Sakti Vale D. Mr. Sakti Vale, could you please unmute yourself? Mr. Sakti Vale D, could you please unmute yourself? I'm extremely sorry, otherwise I have to mute you from here. This is for Koti Reddy Alugabeli. Mr. Koti Reddy Alugabeli, could you please unmute yourself? Koti Reddy Alugabeli, could you please unmute yourself? I sent you also an unmute request. If not, I'm compelled to mute you from here. This is for Vrinda Patel. Vrinda, I'm again trying. Vrinda Patel. Vrinda, could you please unmute yourself? You have again raised your digital hand, but you're not able to unmute. It seems so. Some technical glitch. I'm extremely sorry. You can post your message in the chat box, and we can be, happy to take the questions from here. It seems that your presentation, it was a lucid presentation, and I would sincerely be requesting you, Dr. Paul, that in the days to come, maybe after a few months' time, we may like to have a very exhaustive, a kind of a workshop, an online workshop. We know that we are able to reach out to a large number of our professional colleagues, not in India, but many other countries. And we may like to have it maybe spread across some 2-3 days, and every day to take some 2-3 hour session in one go, and showing at length, that how this can be done as a post follow-up, to this. We have Dr. C.K. Brahmadevi, who may like to ask a question. This is for you, Dr. C.K. Brahmadevi. Could you please unmute yourself? This is for you, Dr. Brahmadevi. Could you please unmute yourself? It seems a technical issue in reaching, and otherwise, this seems to be, yes, I think we are towards. I just would like to mention that the entire recording of today's session, I could see that 2 of our colleagues again, they have raised their hands. Adhi Karthik, Mr. Adhi Karthik, you please kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Mr. Adhi Karthik? Adhi Karthik, could you please unmute yourself? No. Saktivel D, Mr. Saktivel. Mr. Saktivel D, could you please unmute yourself? No, it seems that you're not able to do it. We would just like to mention that the entire recording of today's session would be made available on the DELNET's YouTube channel. We request you do kindly subscribe to that channel. We have been requesting everyone, all our colleagues over and over again. Reason is that the moment, we will upload any of the recordings of the session, you will be notified about it. And so we request you that you may just kindly, come forward and doing that. We are going to upload the entire session's deliberations. I think someone has mistakenly to with whom we try to connect, they have unmuted themselves now. So requesting you to please mute yourself now. And for any queries, you can always write, to Dr. Paul. You can write to DELNET, and we'll be very happy to, forward those queries to Dr. Paul. But yes, indeed, the entire deliberations of this session, they are being recorded, and we are going to make it available on our YouTube channel, and you can very well view it once again. I just would like to request Dr. Vinay if he may like to speak something on this occasion. Yeah, Dr. Vinay, as a concluding.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Nothing to say, because actually you will have covered everything, and I think they might be thinking to leave the platform, so I think it's over to you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you, audience.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Paul. It has truly been a pleasure, always a pleasure, in having you. And I know that 1.5 hours time, or in 1 hour time precisely given to you, not sufficient enough for covering up such a very exhaustive, but you have shown it to everyone, the magnitude of the WordPress, and the more we step into it, the more it's like getting into a tunnel, So once you get into the tunnel, then you're able to say, oh yes, there is a greater opportunities being waiting for you on the other side, of the tunnel. So we have to collectively work together, and there is also a greater need that the knowledge sharing, to those who have already implemented. Today we had seen that fairly a good number of our professional colleagues, who have already implemented it. So it's like a train the trainer kind of an initiatives to be done. Those who have already done, they should come forward and letting others also to know about it. And we truly appreciate, your own initiatives, and also your own desire to, exchange your great, expertise that you hold on the various. I could see that couple of others of, open source software. So in the days to come, we may approach you also then, because we could see that you are full of. The more we are able to interact with you, we are able to know your expertise in lot many of other open source softwares. And DELNET also, as an organization, we remain committed, for promoting the use of open, source software. So we'll be very happy in the days to come to have some more exclusive sessions. And so thank you very much for being there, for sparing your time, and making it possible for everyone, to get benefited, through your deliberations here today. Truly, truly have valued and have admired, your continuous help to us. And thank you very much, Dr. Vinay, for always helping us out, and for coordinating and helping in
Thank you, ma'am.
sessions. So thank you very much. I believe, from our participant side, also we have got, some of our colleagues, who has said. So thank you so much. And a big thank you to all our colleagues who have joined us from different nooks and parts of the country, and also from outside the country, to have made, your presence felt over here today. And we really look forward to having you back again in the future sessions of DELNET. Thank you very much. And we sincerely wish that you would take some initiatives in your respective organizations to build up the library website, the blogs, and many more things, and come forward in adopting, the tool to the maximum best of your capacity. We wish you the very best. Thank you very much once again. Thank you, Dr. Paul. Thank you, Dr. Vinay, and thank you each one of you. And quickly to mention, at sharp 5:30, please note, the certificates of participation will be sent to you digitally through GoToWebinar platform being given by DELNET and NIIT University Neemrana. And we really look forward to having you back again in some future webinars of DELNET, which we keep on organizing from time to time. Thank you very much, one and all. Stay happy, stay informed, stay connected. It has been a pleasure for both DELNET and NIIT University to have come together in organizing this session. Thank you, Dr. Paul. Thank you, Dr. Vinay. Thank you, each one of you. We have truly appreciated your presence being there with us this afternoon. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sunita. Thank you, Dr. Vinay.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Paul. Thank you very much.